Alright guys, we are going to be reacting to the Vollalarm Dresden Airport Fire Department. From gun to deployment at all vehicles. And in this, it says here that this special video, you can see the plant fire brigade of Dresden Airport moving out. And after sounding the alarm bell and a short and a concise announcement, I think these are the vehicles, I'm not going to mention all of them. As well as blah, blah, blah. This means that the entire fleet, this contingent moved out in the composition for reported flight emergencies and must be everywhere on the airfield after 120 seconds. This is a European regulation and is rehearsed regularly. So basically this is gonna be a interesting video. Again, guys, make sure you guys subscribe. Let's jump in. Dresden, Dresden, Dresden. Okay, this is another angle. Okay. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? This is a fire? No, this... Oh. Huh. I don't know what the hell is this. It's like a firefighter trucks? They have to be. or cities. Oof. Wow. Wow. Well, and there's another one here. We can just react to it later. Well, that was interesting indeed. Now, when they mention this is one of my confusions, and of course, it's the way as an American, this is how I see things, right? It's just how we see things. When you guys are saying this is an European regulation and is rehearsed regularly, meaning what? Does the European Union Constitution supersede countries' constitutions? Is that correct? So that means it's a confederacy. So the European Union, by by the nature of it, it's a confederacy. It's a union, but it's a confederacy. Because if there's regulations that need to be followed based on that supreme constitution, which goes beyond the countries that are putting all this thing together, that means it's a confederacy. But then again, you guys don't see it like that. European Union, right? Controls borders. Yep, it seems like it, right? Like, am I crazy here? Am I crazy, y'all? The European Union, let me just put this here, maybe, because I saw that and I'm like, wow, man. So they have to follow in the European regulatory, what did they say? Regulatory regulations. This is a European regulation and it's rehearsed regularly. So that means it's a federal constitution. But then Germany has a federal constitution of their own, which is kind of weird. And the United States will call it state constitution. But you guys don't call it that. Interesting. The European Union controls its borders primarily through the Schengen area. I don't know what the hell. That's how you pronounce that framework, which abolished internal border checks among participating nations while strengthening external border security. So that's what it is. That's what it is. I need to hold on, guys. Let me chat GPT it very quick. Supersedes. Am I even just supersede European? Oh, you. Ah. Okay. Your answer depends on the situation. I'm asking, does Germany's constitution supersede European Union's constitution, right? Short answer, it depends on the situation and it's a legal gray area with ongoing tensions. Interesting. EU law supremacy. The European Union operates under the principle that its laws take precedence over national laws of member states when there's a conflict. This has been consistently upheld by the European Court of Justice. So they have a legislative body. So the European Union has a legislative body. Does it have executive, right? There's no army. Oh, even though they have a president, but the president doesn't have an army to enforce those laws. German constitutional supremacy. From Germany's perspective, Germany's constitution, the basic law for the Federal Republic of Germany, is considered the highest legal authority within Germany by the Federal Constitutional Court of Germany. So who wins? In everyday practice, Germany generally follows EU law and accepts its primacy, and accepts its primacy. It says primacy, not primacy. But Germany's constitutional court has made it clear: if EU action violates fundamental constitutional principles like democracy or human rights, Germany reverts the right to reject them. That's interesting. Bottom line, the EU claims legal supremacy across all member states. Germany accepts that, but only within limits set by its constitution. So it's not a clean hierarchy. It's more like a negotiated balance of power that occasionally leads to clashes. What happens if the EU have a bigger army than Germany? And they say, no, our constitution goes beyond you. You better implement what we have to say here. What would happen? I'm just putting that out there. I really don't know, guys. I genuinely don't know. But for me, it sounds more like a confederacy. I don't know. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. This just deviated a little bit to something else. Thus, it could be that because I read that, sometimes I'm just thinking about these things. Like, what is Germany under the European Union? Is it a state? Is the European Union a real confederacy? Or who holds the confederacy together? Well, the European Union really doesn't have an army. Well, you can say NATO, but NATO is not the EU. NATO is not EU. And the question is, man, I'm going here philosophically right now. If there's no real enforcement behind the EU constitution, unless it's an agreement between countries. Are these laws real? Are these laws real without the enforcement of the European Union's force? I mean, if there's an absence of that, that means it's completely subjective. It's not real. Because there's nobody enforcing. Who's enforcing European Union standards? The states, which wouldn't be the countries. But who's forcing the country to do that? But you will say the legislative body. Not the judicial. The legislative body. Whoever represents these countries go over there. But again, you need force to do that, right? You need force. As the European Union, in order for them to keep the European Union together, they need force. Or not? That's the only way I can think about it. If they're going to follow, this is the European regulation. And this is where I'm going with this. Who enforce European regulations? Who? And again, think about this. This is how I see it as an American, right? For me, when I think about the European Union, I'm just thinking about the federal government of the European Union, of the United States. And then the countries that form the European Union, these are my states, right? The states. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I might be overthinking this, but I would love to hear you guys' opinions. I'll see you in the next one.